famous designer, apparently. Yeah, I don't know. The guy that owns it was telling someone last time I was up here about it. So that's a successful little trip up to Wimbledon for the Southsiders. And we've also had great success with the little engine. So I guess we ought to cut to the footage and see what's been going on with it. Centrifugal oil filter, oil leaking out of it, wasn't it? So, we went in the postman, weren't we? Got a new oil seal. There's the one that come out of it. Looks a bit thinner, doesn't it? Now this is the unit of a Fiat 500 I've just taken off, and I'll show you why. They're the same as the 600, but now I've cleaned this up and had a good look at it. Can we see a problem with it? There you go. Can you see that? Looks like we've got a crack there, haven't we? Definitely cracked there. And if we look at the other side of it, can't really see if it's all the way through, but anyway, we've got a problem there, haven't we? So that's that. So I've got another one off another car to have a quick look at. So the first thing, we'll have a look at that oil seal, won't we? Measure them. So that one coming at 4mm, isn't it? That's the one that was on it. That's 3mm. So that's a bit different, isn't it? And this is the one off the one I've just taken off. Now I haven't cleaned it yet, but let's see what we got here. That's at 3. That's at 3mm. Let's try it that way round. 4mm there. Do the same on that one then. And 3.5, isn't it? I think that's undersized. So I think that was the part of the problem. This crack might be another one, but we need to have a look. We need to have a better look at that. But we want to clean this up, don't we, before we do anything with it. And what I thought we'd look at is how the centrifuge works. As you see there, look, there's all the sludge. So it throws it out to the end, out to the sides, and it sticks there. But look how clean the rest of it is. So it works, doesn't it? And that's quite something, isn't it? That's pretty good. Now these are obviously air-cooled, because this is off a Fiat 500 2-cylinder air-cooled, not a 600 4-cylinder water-cooled. So obviously the oil is going to do a lot of work. So you're going to get, you know, a fair bit of this happening, I guess. It's going to, you know, you're going to get more of this sort of stuff, I'd have thought, with the oil getting hot, more carbonisation of it, for want of a better description, I would have guessed. And that's what we're probably seeing here, isn't it? You know, I would have thought it's a bit like the sort of waxy stuff you used to get in them CVH engines and them Ford CVHs. So yeah, it's not debris as in metal and things, I wouldn't have thought, you know, from the bearings. I'd think it's, you know, there might be a degree of that, obviously, but I think that's really just where the oil's carbonised, where it's overheated. Well, not overheated, but, you know, it's obviously got hotter in one of those, because it does the cooling, the oil, in the 500. You know, in air-cooled engines, they're really oil-cooled as well, aren't they? They obviously get a degree of cooling with oil in a water-cooled engine, but a lot more, you know, with an air-cooled engine, it's the oil is what's doing the cooling, isn't it? And the dissipation through the barrels and so on, of the heat, is part of it, but really it's the oil doing the work. So that'll have done a lot of work. We'll get that cleaned up, you know, see what we got, make sure there's no cracks in it. I'll fit the new O-ring, oil seal, and see what we got. So that's cleaned up nice. No cracks in that one. So that looks like it's been vapour lasted, doesn't it? Anyway, doesn't make much difference. That's now clean, and that's our new seal, which is a lot better fit, you see. Look what he says. Yeah, see, I think that's going to do what it needs to do, isn't it? Might be worth putting a little bit of grease on that so it pops in nicely, but we'll see. So a little bit of grease on there so it slips on nice. And I don't know if you've already worked that out, but you can see that's the timing mark, the TDC mark, which lines up with that one. So if you haven't already worked that out, that's where I'm always putting it back in the same place. And you see that's got a little bit more resistance. That feels like it's sitting in there better already. Right, well that's encouraging, isn't it? Although I guess we're going to have to run it up and see what we got, aren't we? It seems dry. Yeah, that's dry. It probably didn't run for long as it didn't pick up fuel, but we're not worrying about that. That proof that we fixed that, isn't it? So I think we'll go for the radiator on and things like that. I reckon that's all right, isn't it? A bit of grease there. You see, this is just the grease where it's where I put a bit of grease on it, but there's no oil, is there? That's just where the grease is thrown out. So we're good. Well, that's a little success, isn't it?